Is this too much? Be honest. This lighting, like, I don't know. I don't know. This is what I got, y'all, and I'm just trying to make it work, but I feel like it's, I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have not done a sit down video in the longest time, but y'all, I have not filmed a sit down video in literally like months by myself, like probably like over a year. Like, it's been a long time. We have so much to talk about, and I don't want to make this video too long, like over 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to like get to the point and, like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I did ask you guys some questions on Instagram. I've asked you guys to send me questions like a lot of times, and I always like forget to film the video, so we're gonna just do that. But I also am gonna just kind of like talk freely what comes to my mind, update on like life, how college is going, job search after college, relationship, friends, I mean, just everything. I want to just kind of get into like a bunch of different things, and whatever kind of just like comes to me, I want to talk about. So let's do that. First, I'm gonna answer some questions that I'm not gonna do all of them, but I'm gonna just do like some that I think are really important or like really useful, I guess, and then I'll go into kind of just like my random things I want to talk about. I was gonna like try to plan this video, but I don't want to plan it. I literally just want to like talk, and whatever comes to the camera, and that's what we're gonna have, you know. But I haven't been a video in a really long time as far like a sit down video. I feel like I just feel like life has just been, it's just all over the place, like everybody's life. And whose life is perfect? Nobody's life is perfect, you know. Whether they make it feel like it is or not, it's not. Like, everybody has things about their lives that could be different or whatever. I don't know, like, I just feel like, you know, as you guys know, or if you are new here, I'm a college student. I'm a senior. I'm graduating this spring, like literally in less than 2 months. I am a content creator, obviously, so I do like YouTube, I do TikTok. I also am an author. I also have a book out that I never actually even talked about on my YouTube channel. But yes, y'all, I have a whole self-love book that I published 2 years ago. And I'm working on my second one now. So it's like a lot. First time ever even admitting on camera that like I actually have a job outside of just like school and content creating. I think that a lot of people think I just do that, but that doesn't pay all the bills just yet. So no, we have to have a secure stream of income as well. I have a lot of different streams of income, but one thing about me, I like to make sure like I'm secure. So I do that as well, but not for long, because and literally this situation showed me that I have no control over my life whatsoever. Like, I'm always thinking, I'm a planner. I love to plan things out, do my little planner, have my daily planner, you know, plan on my week, plan on my day. I have no control over my life. Only God does, y'all. I texted my boyfriend and I told him, and he called me and he was like, okay, well, now you can focus on your content and stuff. And at first I was like, boy, no, I have to pay my bills still. I have to still, you know, I have to still work and have something, like, you know, I'm so used to always doing something, always going. Like, I'm a full-time student. I work full-time. I this full-time. Like, I do all these things on a Monday through Sunday basis. So it's like, or Sunday through Saturday basis, whatever. So I never really have time to myself. So with the idea of not having something structured to do makes me think that like my life is like ending, you know? And so I was like, no, like, I can't just not do that. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, yes, I can. And actually, you're going to. God wants you to do that. Like, I really feel like this is a moment where God was telling me, like, Zaria, I want you to focus on your last month of school. I want you to focus on, you know, spending time with your friends and your family, spending time with yourself. I have literally been working full-time, or working ever since I got my car. I had to start working, you know, because I mean, I have a car note every month I have to pay for it. I have car insurance. So it's like, I can't just not have income securely coming in every month to be able to like fund the things that I have. The more you have, the more you gotta pay. Like, that's just the way that life goes. So I knew that when I got my car 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, I was gonna have to, you know, like, have a job consistently. And it didn't really bother me at the time, because I like working in a sense of just like, I like having money, but I didn't realize how much it was going to strain me mentally until it actually did. And I remember I experienced my first moment of like burnout like last year, the full-time manager there, and I was also in school, you know, also doing content creation, stuff like that. And I was just so, and I was doing an internship too, and I just remember coming home and being like I want to cry because I'm like just so exhausted. Like, if you're someone who is in school and you're just in school, be so grateful for that. Like, really like live that and like take that in, because there are a lot of people out there, myself included, who don't have that luxury just because we decided to take on more responsibility, or we had to take on more responsibility so that we had to. Obviously I didn't have to get a job, I didn't have to get a car, I didn't have to get things to make me have to pay things, but I wanted to. You know, I feel like a part of growing up and a part of life is these experiences, having a car, having insurance, having a phone bill, having credit cards. Like, this is a part of life, and the longer that you prolong that, the longer I feel like you have a hard time adjusting to the real world. And that's what I didn't want for myself. I didn't want me to like go through my whole college experience and I just don't work, I just kind of just go to school and just do that, and then I graduate and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't understand credit, I don't understand how to do that. Like, I didn't want that, you know. I wanted to kind of already have my like one step up, if that makes sense. So it's a blessing and a curse. Like, I mean, I feel like there's some ups to it, there's some downs to it. God has the final say in everything, and I'm actually excited about it. Like, I'm actually excited to just relax. When I say relax, like not have the pressure of having to go to a job every other day that I'm not in class, and be able to use that time and energy into my content, what my passion is. I'm really excited for that. So I do a lot of things. I model as well, and it'll give me more time to like go to more bookings and like more castings and stuff like that. Like, I love doing so many things. Like, I've never been a type of person where I wanted to just do one thing. I feel like life is just so complex. Like, why would you want to spend your whole life just doing one thing? I don't want to do that, me personally. Like, I want to experience everything. I want to go after everything that I feel like God is calling me to do, you know, and just see if that's serving a higher purpose in my story, in my life. Because at the end of the day, the way that I see it, once I serve my purpose here on earth, like, I'm done, you know. So until I reach that, I'm going to go after everything that I feel like he's telling me I'm supposed to be doing, and this is definitely one of them. So I'm just looking forward to the next chapter of my life. This is not saying I'm not going to get a job ever again. I am going to take like the month of April off, probably a few weeks in May, to just focus on graduating and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. Like, I'm not even going to plan anything else up until that point, because I don't want to like overthink it. No matter what, I know that I'm capable of like getting a job. I'm not worried about that, but I would like to spend my time and just focus on my career outside of what I was doing in the meantime, as well as like my content creation and stuff like that. It's also a part of my career aspirations as well, you know. Another thing I want to talk about, let's see, what else has happened. A few things have happened. Like, literally, this is kind of going a little bit back, but over like Halloween this past year, my car got broken into, and that was a big experience on its own. Like, literally, I was at my boyfriend's house and both of our cars got broken into. It was Halloween weekend, and it was just crazy. Like, they hit a lot of cars, and like, it wasn't just us. So that was very traumatic. I've never experienced anything like that. Like, I literally walked downstairs to my car to get ready to go to work, and my window was busted, my car was ransacked, and I just started crying because I'm like, what is happening? Like, I've never experienced something like that before. And then I got scared because I'm like, are they still here? Like, when did this happen? But thankfully, I have a very loving and caring boyfriend, and he kind of just took that weight off of me. He funded both of our cars getting fixed. He took care of, he supported, he did, well, not supported, he did the manly thing. He handled it. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, he just handled it. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sitting on like 3 chairs because this chair actually isn't tall enough to like sit here, so I'm like sitting up on like 4 pillows right now. That was very traumatic when that happened, and I have a constant reminder of it every day, because when I got my window fixed, they broke 2 of my windows, and when I got one of them fixed, but the way that they broke into it, there's no way to like make it not make noise. Like, you can hear it kind of like air in it, so I have to hear that all the time. It's not very like loud or anything, or like very obnoxious, but it's just like a constant reminder that happened. So that's not like the best thing. My Jern, y'all see me buy my first car, like, they tried to take her out the game. Like, it's okay, we're moving on. Yeah, that was very traumatic, y'all. It was just very traumatic, and it was hard. That was a really hard situation to get through. And then I'm trying to think of like other things that have happened after that. My boyfriend and I went on our first trip. We went to oh my gosh, there's just like so much I want to talk about. This is gonna be kind of all over the place, and I apologize for that, but just follow me, okay? Like, just vibe with me for a little bit, because I kind of want to go back to New York. Like, when I left, if you guys don't also remember, or if you are new to my channel, like, I stayed in New York this past summer, and I did an internship there. I took 2 classes while I was out there. It's a part of my school's like study away program. As a fashion major, you have to study abroad somewhere, and I chose to just study in New York City because it's the fashion capital of the country, and I looked at it as a career goal, like a career move, opposed to like an experience move. And it still was an experience move for myself, because I've never really like gone anywhere and like stayed there aside from like Alabama, where my family's from. So it was my first time just kind of being out from my family's wings by myself and navigating this huge city, and I loved every moment of it, y'all. It's true what they say, you either love New York or you hate it. And I genuinely loved it so much that I want to move there one day. I want to relocate there, not forever, but definitely for a few years in my like early life, like, you know, my early 20s and stuff like that. So I enjoyed my experience so much. I recorded so many videos about that I never uploaded, like just kind of talking about my overview of my experience and everything. And I'm not going to get too deep into it now, just because I feel like it's kind of like irrelevant now. Unless you guys want me to, you can let me know and I can make a separate video about it still. But all in all, that experience used me in the best way possible. Like, it showed me that I can do things on my own. It showed me that, you know, there is a greater life outside of what I know from where I grew up. You know, it was just such an all-around experience. I made so many connections. I met so many people, y'all. Like, the way I felt so alive in that city, like, you don't feel that where I'm from. Like, being out there in New York, it literally is a different world. Like, it's a different way of living, it's a different way of moving, it's a different way of talking, a different way of, like, it's just a different way of everything. And I literally loved it so much. Like, I was so grateful for my internship experience. I had a great time, met some amazing people. Doing my mentorship with Dior, which I'm in a mentorship with Christian Dior Couture. That was amazing. I got to meet with my mentor so many times, and just having those experiences. I got to go to the Chanel headquarters. Like, I had so much imposter syndrome during this time as well, because I was like, am I really doing this? Like, am I really here in New York? Am I really living here? Am I really like doing this? Am I really at Chanel right now? Like, am I really, like, I had so much imposter syndrome. Not that I don't believe that I'm supposed to be here, but more so just like, wow. Like, it was just like, wow, you know, like, I almost just couldn't believe the life that I was living. It was beautiful. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, how was it, you know, living in a big city by yourself? You know, it was scary. The first week I was there, I didn't even leave my, like, I stayed in like an apartment dorm sort of thing. I didn't leave because I was so nervous to go outside. I didn't know anybody in the city. And then one day I was like, okay, we're not doing this. Like, you're paying all this money to be here, girl. You're gonna get out. So I got out, and I never looked back. I was out every single day, like, having a blast, having a ball. If you follow me on Instagram or like TikTok, I did like a whole Black Girl New York City Diaries on my TikTok. So that's on like a playlist on my TikTok. You guys can go see that. And on Instagram, I was always posting, because I was just like, everything was so much fun. The Black community in Brooklyn was amazing. Going to Yellow NYC party, going to Everyday People, like, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to go back, because it's just, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, it's just that good, y'all. It's just that good. And if you're there and you like really like the city, like, you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm getting at. So amazing time. I won't get too deep into it because I've already like kind of experienced it, and I feel like at this point it's kind of like pointless. But again, if y'all want me to talk about it in the future or go more in depth with it in like another girl talk, I can. But since coming back, I got into a relationship. Y'all have seen me post like little boyfriend subliminals. I've been saying boyfriend. He was in 2 videos already. We've gone on 2 trips. We've gone to New York together, and we've also gone to Chicago. He was in the Chicago vlog, travel diary that I did, and then also when I went to New York for the Dior thing. And it's very unexpected. I didn't expect to be booed up in a relationship. Like, I did not expect this at all, but I am very, very happy. And it's so funny, a lot of you guys have commented like on my TikTok or on my Insta or on this like my YouTube channel, and just saying like, oh, it's so nice seeing you go from like, you know, when I was doing my cleanse. If you guys look in my book that I have, it's like a whole self-love book about when I took 90 days and I just like focused on myself. I wasn't dating. I was just really working on myself, and I was really sad during that time. And people were just like, I love seeing you go from that to like the thriving and in love. And it's like, wow, like, me too, because who would have thought we would have got here? Like, I did not see this in the cards at all. Dan, oh my god, my lip gloss. Y'all ain't gonna tell me? How dare y'all not tell me that? I don't know. I feel like mushy like saying stuff like this, but it's true. Like, I'm really grateful for him. He's taught me so much about myself, and I feel like that's what a relationship should do, but for the better. Like, only wanting to improve myself, not only for our relationship but for myself as a whole. He's taken so much stress off of my shoulders that like I've never really been used to before. Like, it is hard when you go from like kind of having really bad experiences with dating to being with someone who cares enough to actually like change how they treat you, to attest like and to tend to what your needs are and things like that. Like, it's crazy, and it's very hard at first to adjust to. And I feel like at first, like, sometimes you almost want to like sabotage it because you're like, no, like, this is not real sort of thing. But it's true, and it's real out there. Like, if you are someone who has not had the best experience with dating or not that best experience with guys or whatever, like, it does get better. It really does. We don't do like the whole public relationship thing. Like, we don't post each other. Well, yeah, like, we post each other, but not like each other's faces. Like you guys have never seen his face, like me posting his face or him posting my face. I'm on his Instagram, he's been on my Instagram, he's been in my videos, I've been in his videos, but again, like you can't really tell, and we kind of like that. I've noticed that when you love something, you have to keep it private because people will hurt it. They will hurt it, and I don't want people to hurt it, you know. Like I want to experience it and just live in it for a little bit longer before I put that out there. You know, there will come a day where you guys will meet him, I'm sure, but as of right now, we're just really happy with like focusing on our relationship privately off of the camera, as far as like people knowing that we're together, just because I have had a public relationship before, like on social media a few years ago, and it just did not end well. And I just want to go about this in a different way because I care about it so much that I just want to like keep it to myself. Like it's kind of like one of those things, like I love it and I care about it so much, I just want to like, it's mine, like y'all can't have it, y'all can't know, you know. But yeah, I've seen y'all comments, I've seen, you know, like yes, there is a Mr. here, there is someone here. And just know I am happy. You guys will continue to hear him in my videos and like see the side of his face, but y'all not gonna see his face, not yet. Let's chill, you know, let's just vibe a little bit longer. But that is kind of where I am with like the whole relationship aspect. Let me show you guys my book real quick, hold on. This one is like one of the like not for resale ones when I first was making it, but this is actually my baby. This is my book. I'm not gonna say the words of what it's called because they will like they will flag the video because of the, you know. But yeah, this is my book. It is on Amazon. It is like 100 and something pages. It has 3 chapters. You guys should go read it. It's my self-love book, and this is kind of the state that I was in prior to getting into relationships, so that's why you guys will understand like why this is so important as it is now, or so like crucial how it is now, how it's happening. But yeah, I have a book and you guys should go check it out. It's on Amazon. It is also an ebook. I will link it down below for you guys to go check it out as well. Okay, the quality of the video may go down like a smidge because when my camera like starts to overheat, it instead of doing 60 frames per second, it does 30, and I just don't feel like waiting an hour for it to like stop heating up. So if you guys, it's not that big of you guys probably really can't notice it, but I notice it, so that's why I'm mentioning it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else freely I want to kind of speak on. I've talked about my relationship a little bit. I've talked about you know, where I'm at right now in my life. I will be graduating soon, and that is a whole thing in itself. Anticipating graduation is like really, it's hard because literally everybody's like, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? And I'm like, y'all, I'm trying to figure it out, if you would let me and get your foot off my neck. But at the end of the day, I'm a very like free spirit when it comes to talking about like the future, because I don't know, like I don't know. And when I say I don't know, that's not like I don't know and I'm not doing anything to fix it or to figure it out. It's I don't know because I literally don't have any control over it, like God does. Like I don't ask him. I don't know what I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going next. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next because I don't have control over my life, and that's the way that I live my life. That's what I believe. So when people ask that question of like what's the next step or what are you doing next, it's like I'm working towards things, but I don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of where my mentality is on the matter. Like obviously, like I still want to go into the fashion industry. I still want to go into like the buying side of the industry, so I'm still working towards that. But I also still like to do my content creation. I also like to still write. I also like to still model. So again, I'm just doing any and everything that I want, and what works out, and what doesn't. And what God wants me to do and he wants me to excel in, I'm gonna excel in. What he doesn't, I'm not. Like that's it. Like I know it may seem very like, because that's it. Like I leave it to God. Once I leave it to him, there is nothing else that I can do or that I want to do to cloud my mind with other thoughts, because then that's not leaving it to God. That's you saying you're leaving it to God, but you're still trying to control it. And I don't want to control my life, because when you try to control your life, you don't reap the benefits of what you're supposed to actually have. We may think that there's one thing that we actually want and that we want to obtain, when God has a whole bigger agenda. And that's why I've learned to just stop putting a time frame on things, stop putting like a deadline on my life, because I don't know. I don't want to have this much at this age. I don't want to be here at that age, because I don't know. Like I don't know. Right now I'm focusing on my right now. I'm enjoying my right now. I'm doing what I want to work towards, what the future that I hope for. But will it happen? Will it not? I don't know. We're just gonna all have to find out and see, won't we? I did just do a TikTok. That's why I was laughing about friends and friendships, because you know, I have had my fair share of experiences when it comes to friends in my life. Like I'm 21, I'll be 22 this year, and I've had different friends. I've had really good friends, I've had really bad friends, I've had envious friends, I've had jealous friends, I've had I've had all types of friends. And I'm saying all this for a reason that I'm not gonna like go that deep into, because I'm not like messy in that way. Like I don't want to do that as far as like talking about things. What I will say is that what I've learned when it comes to friendships, especially as like in college, is that you have to go where you're watered. Like go where you're appreciated, go where you thrive, go where it feels good. Like don't stay in friendships or relationships that don't feel good, that make you feel down, that make you feel less than, because it's not worth it. Like in my TikTok, I was just talking about how you have to get rid of envious friends, and I've had a few of those, and I hate to be that person that's like, oh my gosh, everybody's like jealous of me. Like I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to boast about that or like make that my personality trait or something, but that's genuinely like, that's what it is. And it's like I feel like it's because of who I am. I'm the type of person, I'm a go-getter. I am motivated, I'm determined, I go after what I want, I show up as my best self every day. I look nice, I do nice things, I am a child of God. I mean, so you see that in me, you see that on me, you see it in me. Like I feel like I am just who I am, and a lot of people aren't who they are. So when you're dealing with people who aren't who they are, they don't understand how you can be who you are, and like unapologetically that, and like just freely, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where that envious, that's where that jealousy comes in. And unfortunately I've had to deal with that a lot in friendships, and I'm at the point now where I'm just not dealing with it. I don't want to like dim my light to be friends with somebody. I don't want to tiptoe around people to be their friend, you know? And when you have to continuously ask yourself, is this person, and this is with anything, a relationship, a friendship, any sort of relationship, am I being appreciated in this? Am I having to constantly dim my light to be with this person, or to be friends with this person, or to be acquainted with this person? Am I constantly having to, like, when you have to start asking yourself those questions and you keep getting like, yeah, this is bad, it's bad, I need to get out of there like immediately. I also have really loving and caring friends who literally like I adore so much. They feed me, I feed them, like we feed into each other, and those are the friendships that I really value and that I really cherish, that are God-filled, that are just real and just like caring. I think one thing that this generation lacks is empathy. A lot of people don't understand, even though you may not understand what someone else is going through or be able to sympathize with someone or whatever, or you know, whatever, that doesn't mean you can't have empathy for them. That doesn't mean you can't be mindful of your words and your actions towards people. And I feel like people nowadays are they're just not mindful. Like people are just doing, and they're not thinking about how that can be interpreted to the other person. And I know we all make mistakes. Everybody, you know, says something wrong at the wrong time or does the wrong thing. Like everybody, I make mistakes all the time, but it's about how you, like, it's about your character. It's about how you go about it after the fact. It's about how you show up and try to, like, you know, just fix the situation. I feel like a lot of people don't have that tactic in them, or that characteristic in them, and it makes it really hard for me to want to be friends with people, because it's like I'm the type of person where I'm not perfect by any means necessary, but I try my best to do right by people. Like I do, and that's with me also being a child of God. Like I try to do what God would want me to do. I try to love everybody. I try to care for everybody. I don't talk about people. I don't talk down on people, because I'm no better than the next person. Like I don't believe that I'm better than someone else because of this or that. Like I don't do that. So I don't like to associate myself with people who do those things. And I feel like your friends are a reflection of who you are as a person as well. And if you could have to look at your friends and say, I wouldn't do that, or I don't agree with everything that she's doing, you need to reevaluate your friends. Like we're all human and we're all going to do our own things, but when it's to a point where it's like you guys are just complete opposites in the worst way possible, I do feel like that's something that should be thought about, and like a conversation to be had with either yourself and you come to that conclusion, or with the person, you know. People always ask me about, like, you know, friends in college and things like that, and honestly, like, friends come and go, you know. The ones that are real, hold on to them. The ones that, you know, you may, like, let's say have a bickering about a small thing, try to figure those out, try to communicate, you know, work on that communication, because communication could save so many relationships. Like there's so many relationships that, and I'll even admit on my part, that could have been saved had we just had an adult conversation. And that's about growth, being able to acknowledge that and, you know, move past it. It is what it is now, but moving forward, what will you do to change it? I kind of contradict myself with this topic, with this, because I'm also the same person that believes that once I'm kind of like, once I've already come to terms with something, I'm with it. Like, there's nothing that you can say to me that's gonna like change it. Like, I don't have any grudges against people. I'm not that kind of person, but I don't play about my respect. Like, I don't appreciate people being disrespectful to me, because I literally try my best to be the most respectful and the most caring person. Like, my heart is so pure and so good. So when people do wrong by me, it's just like, I would never do that to you. Like, I would never do that. So it's like, it's hard. Like, and it's hard. Like, that's life in general. I think it's really important to notice that and know what your non-negotiables are in relationships and friendships. Know what you will stand for and what you won't stand for, because that will get you a long way in friendships and relationships and just ships in a whole. Okay, I guess we can answer some of these questions now, just because I feel like I've talked about pretty much everything I really want to talk about. So we're gonna just talk or answer some of the questions that I got, and I'm gonna try to make this like the last clip that I do, because my camera's gonna die. So, have you ever struggled with the fear of being perceived, and how did you get over it? Definitely. I definitely feel like people have this perception of me that is not who I actually am, and I don't know if that has anything to do with me and how I show up as myself, or if that's just how it is, because a lot of people look at me like, oh, you have it all figured out, you're good, you're like, and I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going and I'm just doing what I think I'm supposed to do, and it just happened and it just worked out because God just worked it out. And like, I don't know everything. Like, I don't, you know, but I feel like people have this perception of me that I know everything, that I, you know, and that's why I try to get as real as possible on like my YouTube channel and go like, you know, because I don't want to ever paint this picture that my life is perfect, because my life is not perfect. It is far from that. I don't want to only show the good times, because I have bad times as well. Bad things happen to me too, you know, but I just try to look at the bad things in a positive way, and I try to turn them, like, I try to relate them back to God and really realize what he's trying to help me gain from it. And that's how I get through it, and then I just wear it well, because I've just kind of been conditioned to be that way throughout my life. I've had to be strong in a lot of instances, and it's made me who I am today. So I think that perception is subjective to the person, because everybody can have a different interpretation of who you are and can perceive you differently, but that's also based off of like their mind as well. Because if they are putting all these like assumptions on you that you never even said, I never said I was that person, I never said that I didn't do that or that I do that, but you just assumed that I did because of what I post on Instagram or because of the way I walk down the street. I mean, how is that really on me, you know? So I don't know, but I definitely feel like I've dealt with it a lot, and the way that I just deal with it, I guess, is by just not thinking too deep into it, not like dwelling too much into it, because like I said, like, perception is kind of like to the person, and at the end of the day, I am who I am, you know. I am only person I'm trying to impress is God, you know, and I don't live for other people, I live for the Lord. And whatever perception or interpretation you have of me, hopefully they're all good, because I don't ever want to have like a bad interpretation to people, but you know, I'm just me, and people just take it how they're going to take it. Like, you can't please everybody. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody doesn't like me. I know that for a fact. Everybody doesn't care for this or whatever, and that's just life, you know. I think that a lot of things, I always say this, they're really mind over matter. Like, a lot of things are mind over matter, and when you can come to terms with it in your head, you really can live life at a more ease, like an easier like pace, I guess, because you realize that nothing that you stressing over isn't going to change it. Like, it is what it is, sort of thing. How did you build your wardrobe? I love all your outfits. Thank you so much, because honestly, I feel like my outfits have not been like that good lately. Like, I feel like ever since quarantine happened, I have not been able to really like, well, I won't say that. I can put like an outfit together, I guess, but my style has changed so much throughout the years, and I definitely feel like when you work and I'm in school, it's kind of hard for me to like be inspired as well to want to like dress up all the time, because like in high school I dressed up all the time, every single day. Then you come to college and you might only have like one class that day for like an hour, so it's like, why would you really get dressed or whatever, or you know, stuff like that. I feel like a lot of factors have gone into my style lately, but I do appreciate that. I just kind of use Pinterest a lot for like inspiration, and then I just kind of like do what feels right. Like, and also I'm really big on like an outfit going with my hair too, because as a black girl, I really feel like the hair determines the outfit sometimes. Like, some outfits to me, I'm like, oh, that will look good with some braids, oh, that will look good with some straight hair, you know. So that is a big like factor as well. And really just trying different things. I feel like nowadays is the best time to just kind of like try whatever, and no one's really gonna question it, because everybody just does whatever they want now. A few years ago that wasn't always the case, or you were like really like highly judged on it, but I feel like now is like the best time to just be you and be as expressive as possible. So I just kind of go about it like that. I'm really big on like accessorizing, like my jewelry, my hair, my makeup. I feel like that's what brings the look all together. I'm really big on like looking put together. I may not always have on like the most designer or the most best outfit or whatever. Not that I believe you have to have designers to like dress nice. I don't believe that at all. But I may not have like the best outfit of the time, but like I will look put together. I'm really big on like looking put together, looking moisturized, looking, you know, looking put together. You know, that I feel like even if you don't have on like the best outfit, but you look put together, that will go a long way. How do you cope with social anxiety if you have it? I definitely realized within the last year that I do have a little bit of anxiety when it comes to like, I think I realized it more so in New York. I wouldn't say I'm a big social anxiety person. I was really shy growing up, like in high school and everything. I didn't really talk to people. Well, I talked to people, but I kept to myself a lot. And then when I came to college, I kind of told myself, okay, you're gonna be different, you're gonna be expressive, you're gonna, because I knew I wanted to go into the fashion industry, and that industry is very like based off of like networking and who you know and things like that. So I knew I had to push myself, and I couldn't be this girl that was just like in my own little world and didn't talk to people, because that wasn't gonna get me anywhere. And I'm glad I learned that at a very young age, because it has helped me so much by just being expressive and everything. But coping with anxiety, I would just say, or like social anxiety, I talk when I feel like it's I should talk, and I'm quiet when I feel like I should be quiet, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really big on like reading the room. I'm really big on intuition, and I feel like that all kind of plays a part in it as well. And that's kind of how I decide and decipher like what is a good space for me to be in and what's not a good space for me to be in, and that helps my anxiety as a whole. If I feel like something's off, I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna stay, because usually, and there's been a lot of times I've been right about that, like it's a good thing I left when I did, because something happened or whatever. And I feel like all of those factors play into like how I cope with like not getting to that point where I'm anxious about something. Like, I try to kind of like prepare myself before it could even potentially happen, if that makes sense. And that's kind of like how I get through it. And that's not like the best answer to give, but that's kind of like what I got. The last question I'm going to answer, because I feel like this video is getting very long and I don't want it to be like too long. What are your lifetime goals for the future? I actually love when people ask this question, because I'm always gonna say this, my goal for my future is to just be happy. Like, I feel like life is gonna go the way it's gonna go. Once again, I don't feel like I have any control over it. I feel like I'm just doing what I feel I'm supposed to do based off of, you know, what God is telling me, and I go about it that way. But I feel like at the end of it all, I just want to be happy. I just want to be content. I just want to live a life of peace and a life of just happiness. Like, that's really it. Like, of course there's like cars that I want, and there's a house I want, and there's this I want, and there's all these things that I want, but at the end of it all relates back to happiness. Like, I just want to be happy, I just want to be content, I just want to be at peace. I just want to live a life that I'm proud of, you know. And that to me is the ultimate goal in life. Like, when people say like, well, what do you equate as success? Success to me is happiness, because there's a lot of people that are doing things that they're very successful at, but they hate it. I don't want that for myself. Like, I want to be happy in what I'm doing. I want to be happy in who I'm with. I want to be happy in, you know, what I spend my time in and with. Like, that's what's important to me, is like happiness out of all things. I know it's like very broad and it's very like cliche, but it's the honest truth. Like, I just want to be happy and enjoy. Like, that's it. That's literally it. Okay, that is all for this video, y'all. It is literally 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like filming videos and stuff as if I don't have work and class tomorrow. So I'm going to end the video off here. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Please let me know if you guys want me to do more like sit down chat videos with you guys, because I actually miss doing these, and I like talking, like just talking to the camera. I've been doing like a lot of vlogs lately, which is nice, but you don't really get to like see much about like, or learn much about like who I am when I just do those videos, because I'm just kind of like recording me doing something. So I want to maybe incorporate these like maybe like once every 2 months or something like that. I'm really excited for this next month. Expect videos, okay, y'all. I'm gonna really be on myself. Following on my other platforms. Wow, the voice crack was crazy. TikTok, Instagram, I'm gonna be active on there as well. Like, I really feel like the reason why I have not been able to be as consistent as I want to is because I have this other job that I have been doing, and it takes so much of my energy, and I'm just looking forward to having a break from that and being able to focus on this right here, this camera. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. I hope that you guys are excited as well. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We are at like 15.5k, I believe, or 15.3 or 4 or something like that. We're like in that range, and I'm really excited to just see where the future holds for my channel and my, you know, my community. I want to engage more with you guys. Feel free to comment. I want to respond back. I want to have a community. Like, always just kind of cared about the more like meaningful interactions and like being able to actually like touch people and like speak to people that want to hear what I have to say. So yeah, there's like a lot I have planned and a lot that I'm looking forward to, and I just can't wait to just kind of like show you guys and not just talk about it and be about it, you know, and really hold myself accountable as well. One thing I've really been able to help with doing that is going to the gym. I have been working out, y'all. My boyfriend that got me in the gym, and we got some progress. We got a little booty popping up back there. So when y'all catch me in June or July popping out, and you know, you see, just know I've been in the lab. I've been working, okay? I feel like the next few videos will be like a lot of just like kind of college content. I want to kind of get as much of that out as possible because I won't be a college student for much longer after that, or anymore after that. So let me know any college videos you guys want to see while we're here, because after that it's done and we're moving on into our next phase. And we're closing the chapter of like school related videos, and I'm actually excited about it. Like, I definitely love making my college videos, but I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, I'm ready for like the moving in of my first apartment, the this or that, like that sort of thing, you know. So yeah, we're taking it one day at a time. We're being graceful with ourselves. That's one thing I'm trying to practice in 2024, being graceful with myself and just being in the moment, being present. And yeah, I'm like rambling now, so I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you guys so much, and I thank you guys so much for supporting me, for rocking with me. If you have been here and just being here, like just to even, if you're even watching this part of the video, you is a real one. And comment I'm a real one, because you are a real one, and I appreciate you so much. That is all, and I will see you guys next time in a new video. Bye. Mwah.